Hello, good evening, and welcome to Henley High School for a pivotal Skyline Conference doubleheader as the Hornets host Klamath Union. Alongside Josh Eldredge, I'm Matt Bowling. It is great to be with you here on mybasin.com. When I say pivotal, I mean pivotal. Josh, you and I have worked a lot of doubleheaders this season, but I don't think we've worked one where there's so much on the line in both games. Both of these games are more than likely going to go a long way in determining this year's Skyline Conference champion for both the girls and the boys' side.
Yeah, we got these girls up first, and you mentioned those Skyline Conference standings. I'll pull those up on the screen right now just so those folks watching have an idea of what it looks like so far. There you see Henley and Klamath Union right on top, each with double-digit wins, 14-1 for Henley, 11-1 for Klamath Union. These two teams have been on a collision course against each other to this point in the season, and it's been one we've been waiting for.
You see both of these teams combining for just 2 losses on the season.
Yeah.
Henley took their first loss on Saturday, 74-66 against Cascade. Klamath Union's one loss was to Staten, 46-36 in the opening round of the SCTC Holiday Classic on December 27th. So the Pelicans come in on a 4-game winning streak. That tournament, by the way, was hosted by Staten, so it was pretty much a road game for the Pelicans. All right, we are getting set up for the national anthem here, so we will step aside. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. For Klamath Union, it's Andy Harmon, Keely Hall, Aaron Garcia, Dianara Pena, and Dakota Neese. For Henley, it's Preston Shade, Lily Fassell, Senya Campos, Annie Campos, and Jewel Northcutt. Henley, as we mentioned, coming off their only loss of the season on Saturday, 74-66 to Cascade. That 74 points was the most they've allowed this season and they did it in the absence of Anna Harper and Maya Mock. Maya Mock is back tonight. She is easily one of Henley's best defenders. You could tell they were really missing her on Saturday.
Yeah, they're going to need her to guard one of the best offensive players in the conference in DNR Pena tonight. I think Mock is going to be an important piece of the puzzle tonight for Henley. Glad to see her back.
Klamath Union, meanwhile, coming off a 73-26 win against Mazama in their last outing on Thursday. Josh, you and I were at that game. The Pelicans started a little bit slow, but once they got rolling, there was no stopping them.
Yeah, they can't afford to start slow tonight. Against Henley on their home floor, this Hornets team can tend to run away from you a little bit. We've seen them do that to a couple of teams so far this season. So, these first few minutes going to be pivotal, of course. This whole game important, but Klamath Union's going to need to come out with some fire on the road.
It's going to be Lily Fassell against Andy Harmon for the tip-off. Once again, Matt Bowling here with you alongside Josh Eldredge for a game that will very likely help decide the Skyline Conference Championship. Pelicans win the tip-off. And tried to feed DNR Pena, who was streaking to the basket, but it was tipped out of bounds. Now Pena will come to inbound. Looking. Lofts it to Keeley Hall. Hall doubled. Avoids the tie-up. Kicks it out to Dakota Neese. Neese floats it into Hall. Hall goes down. Tried to bounce it out to Harmon, but it's turned over. Annie Campos and Preston Shade back there on the inbound, and Shade brings it across half court. Bounces it to Jewel Northcutt. Out to Senya Campos. She thought about a three. Instead, she drives. Senya Campos weaves her way through the defense, but can't finish the layup. Rebounded by Dakota Neese and sent up to Dianara Pena. Pena throws it to Neese. Neese gets a screen. Tried to bounce it, but hit it off the leg of Annie Campos. And Klamath Union will inbound because of the kicked ball. Aaron Garcia, guarded by Preston Shade. Into Neese. Neese hands it to Pena. Pena over to Hall. Back to Pena. Pena in trouble, has it stripped from her. Senya Campos, but Senya gives it right back. Andy Harmon gives it to Pena. Pena. Pass disrupted and intercepted by Lily Fassell, who sends it to Preston Shade. Here comes Shade. Shade making a move to the basket. Gives it to Annie Campos. Campos, guarded by Harmon, finds a wide open Senya, who misses a three. Shade chases down the rebound. Shade, floater, in off the back of the rim. A minute 40 in, and we have the first points. It's the freshman giving Henley a 2-0 lead. Pena looking to answer on the other end. Pena splits the defense. A no-look pass to Harmon, and she draws a foul on the shot.
It's a great find by DNR Pena. She has fantastic court vision. We'll see that as we move throughout the game tonight. Henley's done a good job of trying to get the ball out of her hands as she drives inside. That's about her third trip into the paint, and each time she's fielded at least 2 Hornets to her side.
Andy Harmon had 6 points against Mazama on Thursday. And now she comes to the line looking to get Klamath Union on the board. She misses her first free throw. Now the referees are having a conversation. Not sure what this is about.
Well, I didn't hear a whistle after the free throw. Coach Denson is walking out.
Oh, I think they might have been discussing who the foul was on.
Gotcha.
And it's going to be charged to Senya Campos. Harmon misses the second free throw. Rebound nearly rolled out of bounds off the back of Senya Campos. Now she gets by the defense. Almost turned it over underneath, but it deflected out of bounds off Dakota Neese. Senya Campos to inbound. Just hands it right to Annie, who loses it, but it'll stay with the Hornets. You can see the Henley student section there, only about one row deep. All decked out for the whiteout theme tonight. As Annie Campos kicks it back to Senya, who pulls a three and misses wide left. Rebounded by Garcia. Outlet pass to Pena. Pena weaving through the defense. Hooks a pass to Harmon, but she steps out of bounds. And it's another Klamath Union turnover. Would have hoped to see a few more students out here for the girls' game, Josh. I mean, this matchup has every bit as much gravity as the boys' game does.
Oh, I think they'll start to file in. I think Henley students are fashionably late. They'll be here.
Shade misses the layup after finding a lane. And Klamath Union with it the other way, still looking for their first points. 5:13 to go, and Dianara Pena's shot goes in and out. Now she comes up to guard Annie Campos. Keisha Lee Thomas getting set to check in for the Pelicans as Annie Campos pulls up and misses. Pena the rebound. Pena, floater from the free throw line, off the front of the rim. She bats it out to Keely Hall, who nails the three. First points, first lead for the Pelicans. 4:40 left in the first quarter. Preston Shade's layup on the other end rolls off after the nice spin move. Hall lost it as she tried to split the double team. Recovered by Northcutt and given to Kennedy Modine. Now Shade, back up to Modine. Modine at the top of the key, guarded by Keely Hall. Annie Campos down to Jewel Northcutt. Mid-range is too far. And the Hornets commit a foul on the rebound. Nearly halfway through the first quarter, it's a 3-2 lead for Klamath Union as Maya Mock checks in for Preston Shade. Dianara Pena inbounding and getting it back from Neese. Pena runs into a wall, kicks it to Thomas. Thomas looking, has Neese. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Pena open, elbow jumper, won't fall. Rebound out of bounds, Henley ball. Annie Campos. Deep pass to Northcutt, who just slips by the defender and puts Henley back in front. Pena draws a foul on the drive. It's on Lily Fassell, that's her first. Third on Henley this quarter. Now Dianara Pena is going to come to the bench in favor of Farrah Zumwalt. Long inbound, Keisha Lee Thomas off the hand of Keely Hall and out of bounds back to Henley. A few early turnovers for Klamath Union on the offensive end.
Not really any individual errors. It's been good defense by the Hornets to force these turnovers in most of these occasions.
Annie Campos doubled at the top of the key. Underhand pass to Fassell, who breezes by for the layup. Hall driving, baseline, coughs it up. Maya Mock There's Annie Campos. Campos spins, throws it up, goes out off the back rim, rebound Mock, putback won't go. And it's turned over, the rebound. Underhand shot, kisses off the glass and drops for Lily Fassell. Back-to-back buckets for the sophomore, and Klamath Union needs a timeout as Henley has taken a 5-point lead. 2:37 to go in the first quarter. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. This is Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
A 6-0 run for Henley has given the Hornets an 8-3 lead with 2:37 to go in the first quarter. As Dianara Pena back out on the floor looking to cut into it. She drives, throws an interception to Annie Campos. Campos pulls up from the free throw line, swish. Steals it, but stepped out of bounds. Annie Campos coming off a 30-point game against Cascade on Saturday. She's such a crucial piece of this Henley team. Shot missed by Garcia, rebounded by Mock. Long outlet pass. Northcutt, too strong on the layup. Pena drives from the top of the key, sends the layup off the bottom of the rim. Preston Shade brings it across half court. Annie Campos pulls a three, misses. Keisha Lee Thomas is fouled on the rebound. And that's the fourth foul of the quarter for Henley. Andy Harmon checking back in for Farah Zumwalt. Senya Campos and Lily Fassell check back in for Maya Mock and Jewel Northcutt. Stolen, Senya Campos, but she gives it right back. Pena. Out to Thomas. Thomas, long two, it drops. Annie Campos chucks it down to Senya Campos. Fassell for three, comes up short, rebounded by Shade. Shade, guarded by Hall. And looks like she was called, no, Hall was called. No, Garcia was called. And that's the first foul on Klamath Union this quarter. Well, first foul of the game. 59.5 seconds on the clock. Lily Fassell going to inbound it for Henley. Into Annie Campos. Double teamed and loses the ball. Aaron Garcia with Shade racing to contest. Turns, can't finish. Putback is there for Andy Harmon. Pelicans back within three, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Annie Campos doubled. Open for a three is Fassell. She doesn't take it. Instead puts up a mid-range that won't drop. Out of bounds. Klamath Union ball. And the Henley student section, which is now a good 3 rows deep. You were right about them being fashionably late, Josh. Did not like the call that much.
Cowbell City shows up for these big games, and I'm expecting a lot from them tonight.
Klamath Union's got a few rows of students, too, over there in the corner on the opposite side.
Also got quite a few KU parents on the other side, too. This is becoming kind of a split gym here. It should be an exciting environment.
Pena brings it across half court. Loses it, gets it back. 23 seconds to go. She lofts one to an open Harmon who could not catch it cleanly. and it goes out of bounds. It's another offensive end turnover for Klamath Union.
Pass just a little too deep. If Harmon could have caught that one maybe a foot before she did, it would have been a different story.
Annie Campos bounces it to Preston Shade. Shade turns, drives, misses off the glass. 7 seconds to go, 6-5. Klamath Union has to hurry. Thomas pulls up, has her shot blocked. And that's how we end the first quarter. It's a 10-7 lead for Henley over Klamath Union. Matt here alongside Josh Eldredge. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
A 10-7 lead for Henley as we start the second quarter here at the Hornets' Nest. Kennedy Modine with it at the top of the key. Fires it down low, off target, but recovered by Ladner and sent to Annie Campos. Mid-range rattles in for Lily Fassell. She's got 6 points so far.
A nice touch, a couple of nice layups, that time extending her range to the mid-range. Looking good for Lily.
Modine stole the inbound but couldn't keep it in. So Klamath Union will get another chance at it. Keeley Hall to Dianara Pena. Pena lofts it down low. It's tapped out of bounds by Northcutt. They've tried those kind of lofting passes into the low post. It hasn't been super successful for them so far.
Just been too deep. Pena just needs to put a little bit less on that pass. If KU starts to get that play to work, it could cause trouble for Henley.
Thomas inbounds it to Garcia, who's harassed by Modine. Ends up turning the ball over. Annie Campos finds a lane, comes up short. Rebounded by Harmon. A quarterback pass from Pena, but Thomas can't finish. Foul on the rebound. It's against Klamath Union, and it's against Kayshalee Thomas.
First team foul in the quarter. Checking in for KU, number 25, Dakota Neese.
Dakota Neese has checked in for Klamath Union as Annie Campos brings it across half court. Campos hands it to Modine. Modine bounces it into Northcutt. Back to Modine, who pulls up and misses the three. Tie up on the rebound. Annie Campos and Dianara Pena were going after it. Possession arrow points to the Pelicans. Dakota Neese puts it into Dianara Pena. She pulls up for a three, misses, rebounded by Neese. She's triple teamed, and that's going to be a tie-up. Henley has been absolutely suffocating on their end of the floor. Shade. Hands it to Annie Campos. Lily Fussell. Out to Shade. Shade back to Fussell. Fussell drives, recovers, gives it to Northcutt. Down low, Ladner coughs it up. Dianara Pena takes it away. Here comes Pena. She hands it to Garcia. Garcia drives. Down low, Pena off her hands and into the arms of Annie Campos. Campos drives. Can't hit the layup. Rebound pulled down by Dakota Neese and sent over to Aaron Garcia. 5:40 left in the first half. Klamath Union trailing by 5. Keisha Lee Thomas. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Garcia. Neese. 8 seconds. Garcia. 5 seconds. Thomas has to pull up from deep. Oh my! Keisha Lee Thomas, a deep 3. Makes it 12-10. Annie Campos on the other end. Sends it out to Fussell. Hands it to Shade. Shade, a free throw line jumper, bounces off the glass. And taken the other way by Pena. Pena creates space, pulls up, misses the go-ahead. Annie Campos passes to Lily Fussell, who had her back turned, but she has an open 3 and misses it. She gets her own miss, throws it to Ladner. Out to Annie Campos. Loses it, almost turned over. Fussell recovers, puts it up, misses. Rebound batted to Dianara Pena, who has a chance at a fast break. She has her pocket picked by Preston Shade, and the Hornets go the other way. Shade bounces it to Ladner. Ladner swatted by Thomas. Ball ripped away by Neese. And John Nahar calls a timeout to get things settled down a bit. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. A 12-10 lead for Henley. 4:09 to go in the first half. It's Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
During the Les Schwab Founders Celebration Sale, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Henley with a 12-10 lead over a Klamath Union team that's having their best season in quite a while. 11-1, already reached their highest win total since the 2015-16 season. And compare that to their previous 2 seasons, which were their first 2 years under John Nahar. Pelicans went 10-13 in the 2021-22 season, or 8-10 last year. It's been a fantastic turnaround for the Pelicans, especially when you look at their defense. Last year they allowed an average of 46.6 points per game. This year they're allowing 31.4. Had a hard time getting around Henley's defense, though, as they've only managed 10 points through 12 minutes of game time. Pass stolen by Annie Campos. Thomas running back to defend, but Campos lays it in. Hall bounces it to Neese. Garcia, guarded by Mock, gets a screen, feeds Hall, and she's fouled on the shot.
Now charged to number 3, Preston Shea, her second first team foul. On the board for the Hornets.
Keely Hall
Keely Hall is on the line for 2 shots.
She had 13 points against Mazama on Thursday. She has 3 so far. Misses the first free throw.
In her career, she's been a big part of this turnaround for KU. Her first year as a starter on the varsity level was Coach Nehar's first season. They've grown together, and here's Keely Hall in her senior year and having the best year that the team's had in quite some time.
0 for 2 at the free throw line. Annie Campos sends it ahead to Senya Campos. Back to Annie. Annie looking, puts up a contested hook shot and gets the bucket.
I mean, she's just so hard to stop from getting to her spot. I think Klamath Union did stop her from getting to her spot there, and she still was able to body up and get the bucket. Great job by Annie.
Back out to a 6-point lead for the Hornets. Pena guarded tightly by Kennedy Modine. Flips it over to Harmon. Harmon drives, loses the ball. Campos over to Fassell. Fassell in the paint. Shot won't fall. Out of bounds. Off of Klamath Union. 2:39 to go in the second quarter. Aaron Garcia checks in for Dakota Neese. Fassell hands it to Annie Campos. Modine misses the 3. Rebound, Fassell. Clean block by Hall. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hornets. Senya Campos throws it up top to Modine. In the corner, Fassell. Bang! Biggest lead of the game for Henley so far. It's 19-10. On the other end, Harmon. Shot won't fall. Rebound comes to Annie Campos. Pulls up. Bricks the shot. Pena trying to get a fast break going. Pena. Floater from the elbow, wouldn't drop. Rebounded by Harmon. Out to Zumwalt. Zumwalt cans a 3. Open is Mock, and she knocks down the jumper. Randy Denson calls timeout, as it's an 8-point lead for the Hornets with 1:38 to go in the first half. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
A 21-13 lead for Henley over Klamath Union with 1:38 to go in the first half. It'll be Pelicans ball coming out of the timeout. Pena. Leading scorer for Klamath Union. She has 0 points so far. Garcia. Into Hall. Hall finds her way to the basket but can't finish. Rebound by Modine. Senya Campos. Guarded by Hall. Goes by her. Good defense by Dianara Pena. And it ends in a tie-up with possession arrow pointing to Klamath Union. Jewel Northcutt checking in for Senya Campos. Pena. Harmon. Back out to Pena. Pena, floater off the side of the backboard. 50 seconds to go. Modine bounces to Northcutt, who's fouled. Northcutt had 7 points against Cascade on Saturday. She has 2 so far, with 2 free throws coming. She makes the first one.
Checking back in for Henley, number 11, Bailey Latner, replacing Maya Mock.
Second free throw is good, so it's a double-digit lead for Henley. Garcia ahead to Thomas. Thomas turns it over on the baseline. Annie Campos. Modine open at the top of the key. 3 good. Henley is doubling up Klamath Union. 15 seconds to go in the first half. Pena. 7 seconds. Pena loses it. It'll stay with the Pelicans. 5.1 on the clock. Pena floats it into Garcia, and she's fouled. Modine picks up her second. Pena to inbounds. Throws it into the paint. It's tipped out of bounds. Klamath Union ball still. 1.9 on the clock. Pena looking. Still looking. Just has to bounce it off Lily Fassell to give herself another 5 seconds. Pena again looking for the inbound. 1.3 on the clock. Open is Garcia. Garcia tried to pass underneath. Went nowhere. And Henley takes a 26-13 lead into halftime here at the Hornets' Nest. We'll have your first half scoring right after this break. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. It's Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Thread. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Humble and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
26-13, Henley leads at the half here at the Hornets' Nest as they battle Klamath Union for sole possession of first place in the Skyline Conference. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge, and Josh, a big storyline for Klamath Union all season has been their suffocating defense. It's a little jarring to see them being the ones getting suffocated here. Of course, we know that Henley also has a very good defense, but when you look at the numbers, Klamath Union holding opponents to 31.4 points per game this season. Only 3 teams have been able to score more than 38 points on the Pelicans. Henley's got 26 at the half.
I think a lot of this comes from Klamath Union probably hasn't turned the ball over this much this season. I mean, they haven't taken great care of the basketball in the paint, and it's led to points on the other side by Henley. I think, frankly, the Hornets have just had more opportunities to score than other teams have this season. It's not like Klamath Union is necessarily playing bad defense. It's just that the Hornets are getting behind that defense in transition.
Another thing, too, this comes just a few days after Henley allowed a season-high 74 points against Cascade in that game on Saturday, holding Klamath Union to 13 at the half. I mean, I can't wait to find out what kind of adjustments Randy Denson made at practice on Monday when I talked to him after this game, because it's like night and day here.
Yeah, let's not let that happen again. It could be the only thing said. I mean, they've looked so good. They've denied the ball inside, and most of all, they've denied the ball to DNR Apena, who, as we know right now, is scoreless so far in the ballgame, and she's KU's most prolific scorer on the season.
Yeah, speaking of the scoring, let's run that down real quick. For Henley, Lily Fassell with 9 points, Annie Campos with 6, Jewel Northcutt with 4, Kennedy Modine with 3, Preston Shade and Maya Mock each with 2. For Klamath Union, Kayshalee Thomas with 5, Keely Hall and Farrah Zumwalt with 3, and Andy Harmon with 2. But as you said, Josh, I think the most notable number in that is the 0 next to DNR Apena's name. She's Klamath Union's leading scorer on the season, averaging 15 points per game. She's been running the offense, trying to distribute the ball, but hasn't really been able to get many good looks for herself.
Yeah, I don't think she's looked entirely comfortable on the court. She's trying to direct traffic, as you said, pass the ball. That's led to a couple of turnovers. But the Hornets don't seem to be worried about her all that much scoring the ball right now, or at least in the second quarter they didn't. In the first quarter, every time DNR got inside the paint, there was 3 or 4 Hornets to meet her there and try to force a turnover. And, you didn't see Pena with a whole lot of opportunities in the second quarter. Maybe it was an adjustment by KU's offense and their head coach, John Nahar, to try to move the ball around a little bit more. But they've still got to find a rhythm right now, trailing at the half.
Let's take a look at the Skyline Conference standings again for those of you who might have missed it in the pregame. You look at the rankings, too, with all these teams. Henley, number 2 in 4A. Klamath Union, number 6. Then a pretty steep drop-off to the rest of the league. I mean, we can more or less guarantee you, and not like a Charles Barkley guarantee, but a real legit guarantee that one of the 2 teams in this gym tonight is going to be the Skyline Conference champion. And this game will go a long, long way to determining that. The Hornets do make the return trip to Klamath Union in the second to last game of the regular season on February 16th. And you know Klamath Union is, we saw it when we went there for their game against Mazama last Thursday. Even the girls' game, it's packed, it's loud. It's a pretty good atmosphere here tonight, but I think Klamath Union tends to ratchet that up even further, and I would fully expect them to do that on February 16th. So it is very important for Henley to hold on to this lead and protect home court here tonight.
No doubt about it. Klamath Union has one of the best, if not the best, atmospheres in the whole conference when it comes to their home court advantage. And typically, they play well at home, too. It's not just that it's loud there. So Important for Henley to hold on, no doubt. And as you look at these standings, Phoenix is kind of hanging around in terms of record right now, but the things that stand out to me about Phoenix that, separate them from Henley and Klamath Union, one, it's Klamath Union's defense, clearly. 377 points scored as opposed to 704 from Phoenix, and then Henley's offensive output is just over 100 points better than Phoenix, and that's why you see Henley and Klamath Union. We think they're going to separate themselves as the season moves forward.
You do have to take into account that Phoenix has played 6 more games than Klamath Union has.
Absolutely.
What I look at, though, is just simply head-to-head. Klamath Union won at Phoenix 67-30 in their league opener back on January 19th. So, that's why we say it's not just the rankings.
Yeah.
That's why we say there is a steep drop-off between the top 2 teams in this conference and everyone else.
No doubt about it, and it does feel like we're seeing the top 2 teams go at it. Like we said, Klamath Union's turned the ball over more than they would have liked. They've defended at a decent clip, but Henley, man, they've shot the ball. They've hit some high-degree difficulty shots. How about Lily Fassell with some difficult layups, fadeaway mid-range jumpers? She's looked really good tonight, and Henley's in a groove. Yeah,
Lily Fassell, only 10 points in the entire game against Cascade on Saturday, 9 in the first half so far. She's having herself a nice game. All right, we are about 1:40 away from the start of the second half. We'll take one last quick break, then get back to you here at the Hornets' Nest. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. This is Henley Basketball on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Preston Shade getting set to inbound for Henley as we start the third quarter with the Hornets up 26-13 over Klamath Union. Here we go, Annie Campos. Gives it to Senya Campos. She's swatted by Pena. Now Campos will inbound. Gives it to Annie, who immediately pulls up and misses the 3. Rebound comes to Dakota Neese. Up ahead to Garcia. Now Pena, and Dianara Pena has her first points of the game. On the other end, open is Senya Campos. She's fouled on the floor before the shot. It's on Keely Hall. That's her first. And first of the quarter. Up top, Northcutt to Annie Campos. Down low to a cutting Shade, who gets it to roll in. Garcia. Over to Hall. Garcia. Driving baseline, comes up short, rebounded by Senya Campos. She's bumped from behind by Garcia, and that's going to be a foul. Shade. At the elbow, hands it to Northcutt. Kick out to Annie Campos, and she's fouled by Harmon.
Now charge to number 5, Andy Harmon, her second personal. Her team foul.
Senya inbounds it to Annie. Back to Senya. Senya Campos goes down, gets it to Shade. Misses off the back rim. Gets her own miss. Throws it, and a foul is called. It's going to be against Jewel Northcutt.
Now charge to number 24, Jewel Northcutt, her first personal. First Henley team foul.
Her first, and Henley's first of the quarter. Foul count is still 3-1 in favor of the Hornets. Hall. Looking. Gets it into Garcia, who's double teamed, tied up. Possession arrow points to Klamath Union. But this is what Henley does, even on inbounds. They make it so difficult. Pena. Pena. Looking for help, hands it to Garcia. Back to Pena. Nobody open. Dianara Pena floats it, but it's batted out of bounds by Jewel Northcutt. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Klamath Union will inbound it from the Henley baseline. Into Hall. She hands it to Pena, who gets tied up, and this time the possession arrow points to Henley. Campos over to Northcutt. Northcutt, the long two drops. 15-point lead for the Hornets. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Garcia. Nice. Garcia whips it over to Hall. Hall, bang! Three is good, but Senya Campos gets rocked underneath. And that's going to be a foul on Dakota Nice. Her first, fourth of the quarter on Klamath Union. So with 5:44 to go in the third, the next foul on Klamath Union will be free throws for Henley.
They're going to have to play clean basketball. Hornets aren't the best team at the free throw line, but still something you want to keep track of.
Shade drives in the lane, bricks the layup. Rebound by Facel. Over to Annie Campos. She drives, puts it up and in. What a tough bucket for Annie Campos. Now Pena. Pena with room. Can't answer on the other end. Too strong. Rebound batted out to Annie Campos. With room. Too strong off the glass. Gets her own miss. Puts it back up. It won't go. Garcia kicks it to Thomas. Thomas got it. Klamath Union cuts it back to an 11-point game. Second triple of the night for Keisha Lee Thomas. Northcutt drives. Intercepted. Hall loses it. It's a tie-up. Preston Shade getting in there. Possession arrow points to the Pelicans as Dakota Nice checks back in place of Andy Harmon, and Maya Mock replaces Jewel Northcutt. Dianara Pena inbounding. 4:22 left in the third quarter. Floats it into Garcia. Gets it back. Open three. Brick. Out of bounds, Henley ball. Oh, Annie Campos wasn't looking for the inbound. Almost got hit in the face. Splits the defense, misses the shot. Hall rebounds, gets it up to Pena. Pena whips it to Garcia, who can't convert. Rebound by Fasell. Back to Shade. Shade mishandles. It's recovered by Annie Campos. Outlet pass to Fasell. Fasell wide open for three. No good. Shade corrals the rebound. Back to Annie Campos for three. Again, a missed three for Henley. Open is Thomas on the baseline. Sends it back up top to Pena. Pena down low for Hall. Hall spins and gets fouled.
Charge to number 4, Lily Fasell, her second personal.
It's on Lily Fasell. That's her second. Henley's second of the quarter. Well, Josh, you mentioned that Keeley Hall has been an integral part of a Klamath Union team that's having their best season in a while. She was also an integral part of the Klamath Union volleyball team that had their best season in a while this fall. Earned first team all-league and all-defensive honors as Klamath Union made their first postseason appearance since making a play-in game in 2016.
Yeah, she's strong and she's tall, and so definitely a good multi-sport athlete in Keeley Hall.
She makes both free throws to cut Henley's lead back down to single digits. 3:07 to go. Annie Campos with a move. Oh, man. Doesn't seem like there's much she can't do with the ball in her hands. A tie up on the Klamath Union inbound. Gives the ball back to Henley.
It's a great job by Lily Fasell to mix it up on the inbound and creating the turnover.
And swatted, but recovered and scored by Fasell. What can you really do about that if you're Klamath Union? You make a great block, but it bounces right to Lily Fasell, who lays it in. Keisha Lee Thomas earns a trip to the free throw line on the other end. She had 21 points on 7 of 9 three-pointers against Mazama on Thursday. That free throw gives her 9. She's made 2 threes tonight.
Couple of subs in for Henley. Senya Campos, Jewel Northcutt back into the game.
Thomas misses the free throw, and Annie Campos brings it back up court. Fasell down to Northcutt. Shade, long two, off the back rim. She gets her own miss. Out to Annie Campos. Lily Fasell kicks it in the corner to Northcutt. 2:10 to go in the third quarter. Senya Campos gets the layup underneath. Those are her first points of the game. Back up to a 14-point lead for Henley. Garcia. Over to Nice. Pena creating space, sinking the shot. Shade. And perhaps inadvertent behind the back pass to Annie Campos, who drives, gets blocked into the hands of Garcia. Garcia to an open Hall. Hall too strong on the three, rebounded by Jewel Northcutt. And Dianara Pena is whistled for the reach-in foul. That's the 5th of the quarter. And it'll be free throws for Jewel Northcutt.
Jewel Northcutt is at the line for 2 shots.
Jewel Northcutt, the other first-team All-League volleyball player on the court tonight. She was the lone senior on the Hornets team this fall. Makes her first free throw as Bailey Ladner checks in. And 2 for 2. Foul called as Klamath Union was getting set to inbound. It's on Ladner. Hall inbounds to Thomas. Gets it back. Over to Garcia. Keeley Hall. Baseline feed and 1 for Andy Harmon.
I don't think that one actually dropped. I think she's just going to earn 2 free throws here.
Andy Harmon is at the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, you're right. Gosh. That looked good. Well, she misses the free throw. Oh for 2. I think that's the 3rd time Klamath Union has gone 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Annie Campos on the other end. Misses, put back no good for Ladner. Now Senya Campos has her shot bothered. 4 straight misses around the rim for Henley. They still have the ball though. Senya Campos bounces it to Shade. Back out to Senya. She pulls up, misses off the front of the rim, gets her own miss, misses again off the front of the rim. Hall the other way. Finger roll won't go. And Senya Campos commits the foul on the rebound.
Now charged to number 10, Senya Campos, her 2nd personal.
2nd on Senya Campos.
Is at the line for 2 shots.
That's the 5th foul of the quarter on Henley. It puts Harmon on the line for 2 shots. There's only 21.7 seconds left though. Not really much time for Klamath Union to take advantage of being in the bonus as Harmon misses her first free throw. Another miss from the line, and that one was bad. And free throws and turnovers have really been the Achilles heel for Klamath Union tonight. Senya Campos misses the 3 on the other end. Gets it back from Ladner on the rebound. Misses again. Pena poked out from behind. It'll stay with Klamath Union. They've got 1.4 seconds to get a shot off.
One of the other things Klamath Union's been struggling a little bit with is the defensive glass. That time Henley earning 2 looks at the rim. Before that, 6 looks on offensive rebounds for Henley.
Long 3. Oh!
Basket's good.
Count the basket. Keeley Hall giving Klamath Union maybe a little bit of life here as we head to the 4th quarter. Pelicans now trailing 40-29. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. You're watching Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses. all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Klamath Union turns it over on the inbound as we start the fourth quarter with the Pelicans down by 11. Shade finds her way to the rim but misses the layup. Garcia the other way. Garcia fouled.
Foul charge to number 1, Kennedy Modine, her 4th personal.
Erin Garcia
Team foul on the quarter for
looking for her first points of the night from the charity stripe. And she's going to try to get this back to a single-digit game. Another missed free throw.
Back on for Henley, number 24, Jewel Northcutt.
And again.
Yeah, Klamath Union just looks uncomfortable at the line. I mean, they're going to have to start making some of these to get back into this game.
Shade. Fasel. Annie Campos. Annie Campos can't finish. Put back attempt by Northcutt draws a foul.
Foul charge to number 3, Paige Thomas, her 2nd personal. Sends Jewel Northcutt to the line for 2 shots.
Northcutt makes the first free throw. That's really been the difference in this game. I think Klamath Union's left around 10 points on the table with missed free throws. Currently down 12. Make that 13 as Jewel Northcutt goes 2 for 2. Nice. Over to Garcia. Garcia drives, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Northcutt. Garcia fighting for it. Forces a tie up. Possession arrow points to the Hornets.
Held ball. Possession Hornets.
Shade. Annie Campos back to Shade. Back to Annie. She's guarded tightly by Harmon. Able to get it out of the double. Lily Fasel, mid-range. I think that might have been partially blocked. Out of bounds. They're saying Klamath Union ball, and the Henley side has quite a strong reaction to that.
I think the other officials are going to try to come in and correct this call. That was clearly batted out of bounds by Nice down low. Yeah, there we go.
Henley ball. 11 seconds on the shot clock as Keeley Hall checks in for Andy Harmon. Northcutt. She just get whistled for an offensive foul? Yes, she did. Sticking the elbow out. No, it's actually Maya Mock who's called for that. Second of the quarter on Henley. First on Mock. Dianara Pena. Throws it to Thomas, who's able to get the turnaround. First points of the fourth quarter for Klamath Union. Fussell. Northcutt. Off the back of the rim. Pena. Garcia. Hall. In trouble. Gets it to Thomas. Nearly loses it. Back to Hall. 10 seconds. Contested mid-range. Well, Josh, aren't the banks supposed to be closed by now?
That was a nice shot. Yeah, high off the glass and in.
On the other end, Fussell can't hit a three. Fussell again misses. Gets another chance and misses that one. Now a foul on the floor. Don't forget, Keeley Hall also had that banked in three at the end of the third quarter. She's going to be earning some loyalty points the way she's going.
Yeah, I look for Klamath Union to rely on her here late in the fourth quarter. Haven't been too many other players who've been getting the job done so far for KU.
And a turnover. Annie Campos can't get the bucket. Thomas loses it. Shade takes it away, and Randy Denson takes a timeout. 5:20 left in the game. Henley up 42-33. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge, bringing you Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
Introduce Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies that the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
A 9-point lead for Henley here in the fourth quarter. Hornets on their way to taking sole possession of first place in the Skyline Conference. Looking to win back-to-back titles. .5:20 on the clock. Hornets getting set to inbound. Shade. Senya Campos for three, in and out. Aaron Garcia couldn't keep the rebound in, so Henley will get another possession. Annie Campos in traffic. Can't get the shot to drop, but another possession for Henley. Senya Campos out to Preston Shade. Senya for three, got it. Pena. Garcia. Thomas. Garcia pulls up and connects. First points of the game for Aaron Garcia. As Senya with a nice move on the other end. Turnover. Northcutt wide open, doesn't take the three. Instead whips it over to Annie Campos, who drives through the defense. Can't finish the layup, gets her own miss. Again tries a shot that's blocked, and this time it comes to Dakota Neese. Over to Thomas. Thomas whips it down low to Hall, and she's fouled.
Now charge to number 10, Cindy Campos, her third personal. Sends Keeley home to the line for 2 shots.
Would you believe me if I told you that Klamath Union missed another free throw?
Number 1, Kennedy Modine.
Oh for 2. Senya Campos, another 3. There you go. That might about do it. It's a 14-point game, 3:40 to go. Senya Campos, who did not score in the first half, has 10 in the second, including 8 this quarter. Shade. Can't hit. Rebounded by Hall. Garcia. Pena. Turned over. Annie Campos. Pass was intended for Hall. Shade. Modine. Pickpocketed by Pena. Well, she couldn't finish the steal. Now Senya Campos. Gets around Pena. Senya Campos goes up and gets fouled. Oh, they call her for a travel.
Back on the floor for the Hornets, number 12, Maya Mott. Checking in for the Pelicans.
DNR Pena just went to the bench, and out comes Dakota Neese for the Pels.
John Nahar now calls a timeout. 2:31 left in this one. Henley with a 14-point lead. I'm Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge. It's Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Dakota Neese to inbound as something really spectacular is going to have to happen over the last 2.5 minutes for Klamath Union to climb back into this one. Having trouble getting it out of the backcourt. And that's a 10-second violation. Klamath Union tonight has simply had no answers for this Henley defense. Shade. Out to Modine. Modine hits a three. Garcia. Intercepted by Fussell. Fussell the other way. Hands it to Shade. Now Annie Campos. Finds space, drives, puts it up, too strong off the glass. Rebound chased down by Mock and sent out to Modine. Now Shade with it. Modine to Annie Campos. Shade. Fussell. 1:15 to go. Underneath is Mock. She's fouled.
Foul charge to number 11, Erin Garcia, her third personal. Sends Maya Mock to the line for 2 shots.
Maya Mock, the Skyline Conference Girls Soccer Player of the Year this fall. Helped Henley win their first league title since 2014. And she's now helping them gain a significant foothold in their quest to win back-to-back Skyline Conference titles in basketball. Mass subs for Henley. Meredith Brown among them. As Mock goes 2 for 2 from the line to put Henley up 55-36 with 1:12 left. Thomas. Pulls up. Misses off the front of the rim. Senya Campos grabs the rebound, almost turns it over, but gets fouled.
Foul charge to number 12, Farrah Zumwalt, her first personal.
Ladner. Turnaround. Off target. Thomas. Misses the 3. And Henley can now just run the clock out. 34.2 seconds as Jazzy Wilson replaces Keisha Lee Thomas. Campos. Northcutt. Ladner finds a path to the bucket and lays it in. 15 seconds to go. This is Hall. She loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Pelicans. This possession strictly a formality. Meredith Brown comes up with a steal, but gives it right back to Zumwalt, who pulls up and airballs it. Ladner chasing down the rebound. Pelicans ball. 3.7 seconds on the clock. Well, the only thing Klamath Union can really do here is avoid matching their lowest scoring total of the year, 36 points, which was their only other loss. And they can't do it. Dakota Neese misses from point-blank range, and Henley completes a statement win. 57-36 in a top 2 matchup here in the Skyline Conference. What a tremendous bounce back by this Hornets team.
Yeah, they looked confident. I mean, they played great defense. Like you said, they held Klamath Union to, matching their lowest point total of the season. They made all the Pelicans look uncomfortable and come away with a huge win on their home floor.
We'll be right back with scoring totals, as well as give you a look at the upcoming boys game. Matt Bowling here alongside Josh Eldredge, bringing you Henley basketball on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you, local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Okay, when you're done, just go ahead and overlay this, and I'll be ready to go.
Okay. (57-36), Henley taking sole possession of first place in the Skyline Conference with this win over Klamath Union. Pelicans 36 points, matches their season low. That's how many they put up in their only other loss of the season against Staten on December 27th. Meanwhile, Henley's 57 points is the most any team has scored against this vaunted Pelicans defense all season. Let's go over the scoring totals for Klamath Union. Keely Hall with a game high 13 points, matching her total from the Pelicans game against Mazama on Thursday. She was followed by Acacia Lee Thomas with 9. Dianara Pena with 4. Aaron Garcia and Farah Zumwalt with 3 each, and Andy Harmon with 2. Meanwhile, for Henley, Lily Fassell leading the Hornets with 11. A three-way tie for second. Senya Campos, Annie Campos, and Jewel Northcutt each with 10. Kennedy Modine with 6, Preston Shade and Maya Mock with 4 each, and Bailey Ladner with 2. Got the boys game coming up, and this is another big one. Hornets with a win. Well, either team can move into a tie for first place in the Skyline Conference with Phoenix with a win tonight. If the Hornets win tonight and beat Phoenix on Friday, they will be in sole possession of first place at the midway point of the league schedule. Got that game coming your way in just about 9 minutes, so don't go anywhere. You can keep watching on this stream, or if you need to be in the car, turn on the radio to 104.3 and 960 Sports. Josh Eldredge and Kevin Petrick will have the call for you on that game. I'm Matt Bowling. Thanks for riding with me for the girls' game. I'll see you on Friday. You're watching Henley basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball tonight on MyBasin.com and 104.3 and 960 Sports. Tonight, a Skyline Conference matchup between two crosstown rivals as the Pelicans visit the Hornets' nest at Henley High School. Glad to be with you. My name is Josh Eldredge. Kevin Petrick will be joining me up here in the booth in just a few moments as we get ready for what's called the Birds and the Bees here in the Klamath Basin. The Hornets against the Pelicans in just a few minutes' time, and each team tied 1-1 in conference play. This game's certainly going to go a long way to decide this Skyline Conference in a year where it feels like just about anybody can beat anybody. Henley beat Mazama on this floor earlier in the season. Klamath Union coming off a loss to Mazama on their home floor. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes as we continue your coverage from Henley High School on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on MyBasin.com. Leave it right here.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Back with you from Henley High School on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video tonight on MyBasin.com as the Henley Hornets get ready to take on the Klamath Union Pelicans. We take just a quick look now at the Skyline Conference standings. If you're watching on MyBasin.com, they're on your screen right now. Phoenix actually leads the way in the conference right now. They're 2-1 in league play, 13-4 overall. They're ranked 9th in the state. Henley in Hidden Valley and Klamath Union each tied at 1-1 in league play. But if we go in order of overall standings, it's been the Henley Hornets, who are 9-7, Hidden Valley, who's 9-8, and Klamath Union, who's 6-9. The Mazama Vikings are 1-2, and they round out the bottom of the Skyline Conference right now, 4-12 overall. So it looks like we are just about ready to meet our starting lineups tonight from Henley High School. And just before we do, I want to remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Les Schwab Tires and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. Let's meet the starting five for the visiting Klamath Union Pelicans. Starting at guard, a senior standing 6 foot Antonio Matheny. Number 14, a forward standing 6'4", Grafton Wata. Number 22, a junior standing 6 foot tall, it's Dashel Garad. Number 30, a junior standing 5'10", it's Malcolm Lassett Hankins. And number 34, a senior standing 6 foot tall, it's Daquan McKay. The Klamath Union Pelicans are coached by Mr. Ed Case. And for Ed Case. He is in his 5th season. Time now to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Hornets. Starting at guard, 5'10", a senior, Aiden Hayes. At the forward position, number 12, a senior standing 6'3", it's Owen Harper. Number 22 at the other guard position, a senior, 5'11", it's Chris Janney. Number 24, a senior standing 6'3", Luke Bennett. And the big man down low, standing 6'7", the senior, number 44, Marcus McCready. The Hornets are coached by Luke Hammond and assisted by Tom Loney and Brian Stock. Josh Eldredge along with Kevin Petrick with you tonight for more Hornets basketball on mybasin.com, 104.3 and 960 Sports. A highly anticipated matchup tonight. Kev, you ready?
I am ready. What an atmosphere tonight. Big games. It's going to be a good one.
Pelicans in their red jerseys tonight with Pels written across the chest in white with black trim and wings on their shorts. The Hornets tonight in their home white uniforms, navy blue Hornets in navy blue trim and white text, navy blue numbers across their backs. It'll be Marcus McCready and Grafton Wata to tip. And the Hornets control the opening tip. They go from left to right across your radio dial. Hayes has it now on the left side. Trying to direct a little bit of traffic against McKay. Kicks it near side to Janney. Now over to Hayes on the far side. Trying to drive baseline. Kicks it down low to Harper. Loose ball collected by the Hornets. Bennett driving the right side. Up with a shot off the glass. A friendly rolling in for Luke Bennett to get things started tonight.
Nice job attacking the rim there for the Hornets. Got the first 2.
Bennett's going to be a big piece of tonight. Scoreless on Saturday, collecting his first points here. Garrod with it, passing it over to McKay into the far corner to Lassett Hankins. Now to McKay, top of the key to Matheny. Steps into a triple, back iron, no good. And the rebound collected by Harper, but he steps out of bounds. Called on the far side by one of our 3 officials tonight, Mr. Robbie Cesania. We're also joined by Craig Connor and Pete Whistler, our officiating crew tonight here at Henley High School. All right, Hankins to inbound. Bouncing it down low to Matheny, but some contact by Marcus. They're going to call a held ball, possession favoring the Pelicans.
That was a good effort by Marcus there, coming up with the ball without fouling. A lot of traffic under the hoop there.
All right, quick inbound to Matheny on the far side. Gets it on the right wing to Garrod. Loses the dribble for a moment, but recollects. Kicks it to McKay. He can't corral the pass, but he picks up the loose ball. McKay at the half-court logo, dishing it to Garrod. Now back to McKay. McKay gets it to Matheny at the free throw line. Dumps it down low to Wata. The shot blocked by McCready. Here come the Hornets. Bennett along the near side. Getting it down low to Harper. Harper at the rim. He's going to get fouled on the shot. Heading to the line for 2.
We've talked about this conference. This Skyline, boys, it's wild. And, you know, the team that wins the conference could have 2 or 3 losses. It's just all the games have been tight. They've been close. No one's undefeated. Everybody has a loss already, at least one. So,
right.
So tonight's going to be pivotal. Who can get that edge in the league standings?
Yeah, for Klamath Union, or pardon me, for Henley, they lost against Hidden Valley in their league opener, but they beat Mazama on this floor. For Klamath Union, well, they beat Phoenix, but lost to Mazama. And so a couple of made free throws there by Harper make this one 4-0. 6:47 to go in the first. McKay has it on the right side. Lofting it near side to Hankins. Back to McKay. McKay thought about a 3, puts it on the deck, driving inside against McCready. High off the glass, no good. McKay gathers his own shot, put back, blocked by McCready again. 2 blocks for him so far. Here comes Chris Janney. Kicks it outside to Hayes. Hayes, top of the key to Janney, now near corner to Bennett. Bennett to Marcus. Down low, finds Harper cutting to the rim. His layup's there. 6-0 Henley, 6:19 to go in the first. McKay bringing it along the far side. Passing it to Garrod, top of the key, guarded by Hayes. Now to McKay, zipping it near side to Hankins. Back top of the key to McKay. Now to Garrod. Garrod gets it to Matheny. Right elbow turnaround, Jay, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds. Last touched by the Hornets, and so the Pelicans retain possession.
KU taking the ball into the middle at Marcus a little bit, I'm surprised. He has a couple of blocks already.
Here's McKay, top of the key, well beyond the arc, kicks it to Garrod, back to McKay. Now to Lassett Hankins. McKay zips it over to Garrod, a triple, no good. Rebound collected by Harper. Hornets trying to push the pace, coming along the far side, getting it to Janney. Back top of the key to Bennett. Bennett driving the right block, stepping to the rim, layup rolls off the rim. Marcus with the rebound and the putback. And that's McCready's first points, and Coach K's calling timeout early. 5.5 to go in the first, and Henley leads 8-0. This is Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Back with you inside the Hornets' nest as Henley in front of Klamath Union 8-0. 5.5 to go in the first, and here's Daquan McKay bringing it up for the Pels. Along the far side, gets rid of it in the corner to Garrod, back to McKay. McKay on the right wing, Henley, a little bit of zone, gets it to Wata, now near corner to Hankins, a triple, shot at and missed. McCready with the rebound. Shoving it ahead to Bennett in the front court. Bennett at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Hayes. Down low to Harper on the left block. He has it ripped away by Lassett Hankins. Pass ahead to McKay. McKay against Janney to the rim, and a foul. And a late whistle, but this one is going to go against Chris Janney nonetheless, and that will send Daquan McKay to the free throw line.
That's really the first time KU's had success going at the rim. They found Marcus on the other side of the key there, able to find a lane to the hoop, and will be shooting a couple of free throws.
McKay scored 9 in the home loss against Mazama earlier in the season. It was an overtime loss, 59-57 that Klamath Union suffered. But McKay was one of the bright spots for KU. Missing both free throws. Rebound saved from going out of bounds by Wata. Collision midcourt for the loose ball, but it's picked up by Henley. 8-0 Hornets, 4:45 to go in the first. Here's Aiden Hayes. Hayes zipping it over to Janney, now in the far corner to Bennett. Bennett stepping inside the arc, now back for a left elbow jumper, no good. And the Pels collect the rebound. Here's McKay trying to push the pace for the Pels. Takes it to the cup, high off the glass, no good, and Bennett with the rebound. Bennett shoving it ahead to Janney. The team's breaking out into a foot race here. Harper to the rim, it's good. 10-0 Hornets with the advantage, 4:15 to go in the first. Here's Lassett Hankins. Passing it over to McKay. McKay in the far corner to Wata. Back to McKay on the right wing. Now Wata into a triple to try to answer, too strong. And the rebound picked up by Chris Janney. Janney shoving it ahead to Harper, putting it on the deck on the left block, outside to Hayes, top of the key, inside at the free throw line, dishes it over to Janney for a triple. That's no good, and the rebound out of bounds. Possession to the Pelicans. And you can see there, if you're watching on mybasin.com, Cowbell City turning out in whiteout night tonight. Certainly a tough environment, but on the other side, some handy KU students turning out as well.
And not much room in either student section. Good turnout tonight from the kids. Henley out to a great start. We're beyond 4 minutes here. KU is yet to score.
McKay brings it up, kicks it to Wata in the near corner, back to McKay, back to Wata. Lofting it over to Matheny. Matheny scored 17 against Mazama. Trying to drive inside, and a foul. I think they're going to call Janney with the foul. Joe Janney's checked into the game as I believe it was Chris Janney who went to the bench.
Matheny very good with the basketball. He's skilled, and he's tough to defend. He drew the foul there.
Jeff Spooner checking into the game for KU. Only one who could rival Marcus in height. Stands 6'5", the senior from Klamath Union. Matheny kicks it over to McKay, now to Matheny on the right side. Pump fakes, trying to get some room inside the paint. Terminates the dribble, spins around, up with the shot. A high-arcing mid-range jumper falls for Antonio Matheny. Pass it to the front court to Aiden Hayes as the Hornets try to answer. Outside to Harper, beyond the arc to Hayes in the far corner for three. Aiden Hayes knocks it down.
Everything going Henley's way here early. They lead by 11.
13-2. Under 3 minutes to go in the first. Wata kicks it to McKay. Top of the key to Matheny. Contested triple. Matheny leaves it short. Rebound collected by Harper. He shoves it ahead to Hayes. Brings it along the left side to Bennett. Bennett thought about a triple, kicks it to Hayes, now down low to Harper, zips it back outside to Bennett for another triple. Back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Joe Janney, his putback offline, and Joe is fouled on the putback, so he will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Henley getting good position on the rebound. They're just doing everything right here early. Henley really has made an effort to really ramp up their transition game. They really get that ball down the floor. They get a quick outlet pass, and they push the ball when they can, and it's really helped them get easy baskets.
Bryson Montag checking into the game. Harper goes to the bench. Montag on Saturday in a tough loss against Cascade had 5 points. Here's Janney's second free throw. It's good. 15-2, and Henley leads. 2.5 to go in the first. Matheny trying to split the defense. He's going to get fouled. And Matheny really forcing the issue, just trying to get something going for KU.
Yeah, he is. He's done a nice job of just trying to get to the rim and drawing some fouls along the way. And that's Janney's second.
Gorodchek back into the game. Matheny to the bench. Inbound pass to Spooner. Kicks it outside to Lassett-Hankins. Now to Gorod. Top of the key to McKay. Now back to Gorod. Gets it over to Lassett-Hankins for a triple. Bounces off the rim, and Janney comes down with the rebound. Chris Janney pushing the pace a little bit for Henley. Gets it to Marcus at the free throw line. Tries to get it down low to Montag, with the pass taken away by Lassett-Hankins. Here he comes. Dribbling around. Zips it near corner to McKay, to Gorod in the left wing, back to McKay. McKay to Gorod, now to Lassett-Hankins on the right wing. Dribbling against Bennett, kicks it to Gorod for a triple, and Klamath Union can't answer. Rebound collected by Hayes. Aiden Hayes into the front court. Trying to direct a little bit of traffic as Henley slows things down a bit. Janney back to Hayes. Hayes gets it to Janney now, dumping it down low to Marcus on the right block. Cross-court pass to Bennett, into a triple for Luke Bennett. No good. Rebound is collected by Wata. The Pelicans go the other way. McKay crosses the timeline. Trying to drive the right block, lane to the rim, high off the glass. The shot no good, and Janney with the rebound. Janney shoves it ahead to Montag, stepping to the rim. Montag just going to take too many steps trying to get to the layup.
A travel violation there, but Henley doing again what they do best, getting that ball up the floor in a hurry. I think the difference so far, Henley's getting uncontested shots. Meanwhile, the Pels having a lot of trouble. Henley's playing pretty good defense and in their face a lot of the time.
Lane Frank has checked into the game. Chris Janney to the bench, and here's the Pelicans. Wata spinning to his left against Montag, kicks it out to Gorod at half court. Gorod zips it near side to Wata for three. Wata's shot no good, and Marcus with the rebound. Shoves it ahead to Montag. Montag loses it in transition. Out of bounds it goes, but the Hornets maintain possession.
Another rebound there from McCready. He's able to just kind of patrol that key on defense. They are playing man-to-man, but he's able to sag enough where he can really be strong on the rebounds.
Lane Frank to inbound, gets it to McCready, now to Montag, top of the key. Montag to Bennett, off a screen, into a triple. Luke Bennett, a friendly roll, and a triple made for Luke Bennett.
That was about a 5-bouncer. Went through.
18-2, Hornets lead here in the first, 27 seconds remaining in the quarter. Shot clock and game clock almost perfectly in line. Here's Gorod, tries to answer with a triple, no good. Montag with a rebound. It'll be Aiden Hayes who crosses the timeline on the far side of the floor for Henley. Calling for a screen, but hands it to Bennett. Hornets going to take the last shot of the quarter. Here's Hayes with it on the left side, getting it to Frank. Frank driving right, getting it to Bennett. Can he do it again? Bennett for three, no good. So we go to the second quarter. This ball game's been all Hornets so far, 18-2. They lead. We'll be right back with more Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Into the action in the second quarter. The Hornets start with it. Aiden Hayes, a contested shot, no good. McCready battling for the rebound, but it's won by Klamath Union. The Pelicans trail the Hornets 18-2 at the beginning of the second quarter. All right, it's Landon Bogatay with it, dishing it to Lassett Hankins. Hankins trying to drive inside the paint, kicks it out to McKay, guarded by Hayes. Now here's Bogatay. Lassett Hankins bouncing it down to Spooner on the left block. Up with the shot against McCready, but Spooner can't get a good look around Marcus. They match each other in height, but Marcus, a wider body and a couple more inches, makes it hard for Spooner down low.
Yeah, they've had no luck against McCready down there. Unable to score.
Garrod at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Bogatay. Puts it on the deck against Montag, terminates the dribble, and shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Hornets, forcing a turnover.
Henley's defense, obviously the key to this game. Their defense playing very well here early.
Aiden Hayes walking it across the court, zips it ahead to Bennett, now to McCready, kicks it back outside to Hayes. Hayes handing it to Frank, brings it around top of the key over to Bennett. Bennett puts it on the deck, lofts it near side to Hayes. Hayes showing us why he's a great track and field athlete with that jump, but it still goes out of bounds.
Yeah, he got up there.
Timeout called by the Pels. We'll take it with them, 18-2. 6:48 to go in the second quarter. The Hornets lead the Pelicans on 104.3 and 9 Sports and MyBasin.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back at Henley High School with 6:42 remaining in the second quarter. The Hornets in front of the Pelicans, 18-2. But right now it's KU with the basketball. Garrod with it, dishing it over to McKay, top of the key, guarded by Hayes. Now over to Spooner, beyond the arc, gets it to Garrod. Garrod trapped in the corner by Frank, gets rid of it to Bogatay. Top of the key, bouncing it to Spooner. And now to Garrod. Over to McKay, into a triple for KU. That one rattles in and out. McCready with the rebound. Shoving it ahead to Bennett. Bennett can't corral it, taking some contact, trying to rein in the pass. It's a turnover. McKay to the rim. His shot offline, wide right. Pelicans can't convert on an open look at the rim. Here come the Hornets. Bennett bouncing it down low to McCready. McCready zipping it to Montag, and a double dribble. They're going to say Marcus picked it up, but a turnover.
You know, sometimes when you're playing out there, you feel like there's a lid on the rim. Just KU's going through that right now. Nothing will just fall for them. Having a really tough shooting night. Only have 2 points thus far, and we're here in the second quarter.
Score 18-2, 5:50 in the second. Here's Lassett Hankins cutting to the rim, too strong on the layup, and McCready with the rebound. Bennett shoving it ahead to Frank. Frank terminates the dribble, outside to Bennett, trying to get it down low to McCready, but there's a flock of Pelicans in the paint. Loose ball collected out by Hayes. Zipping it over to Bennett, left alone from beyond the arc, but McKay recovers. Dumping it down low to Harper. Jumper from the mid-range, falling away for Harper's in. Timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll stay here with 5.5 to go in the second, and Henley up 20-2. The 2 points for Klamath Union credited to Tony Matheny, and right now Owen Harper leading the way for the Henley Hornets. He's got 8 points.
Yeah, KU's going to have to try to find some way to generate some offense here. In the meantime, Henley's just doing everything right. It's one of those games, you know, the good thing about this league is if you're a coach, when all the teams are this even, it kind of makes you feel good as a coach. If your team plays well, you'll probably win. And if you don't play well, you don't show up that night, you probably won't. So it isn't like a talent is so shifted to one team or the other. You got to play well, and that's a good motivation for your team. You may have a good night or a bad night, but in the end, if you can string together some good performances, you can find yourself on top of the league.
Pelicans looking to get anything started here in the first half, trailing by 18 with just over 5 to go. Here's Daquan McKay. Over to Lassett Hankins. Back top of the key to McKay. Near corner to Bogatay. Bouncing it to Lassett Hankins, but he can't corral the pass at a turnover. Here comes Owen Harper on the right side. Getting it to Bennett. Bennett for three, it's good. That's Bennett's second made triple, give him 8 points tonight. 23-2 Henley, 4:50 to go in the second. Here's Daquan McKay driving to the rim, throws it up. The shot no good, but he is fouled. And so trying to go to the free throw line to generate some offense for Klamath Union. Daquan McKay, this is his second trip to the free throw line. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Sends Daquan McKay to the line for 2 shots.
Tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com, brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires. Winter weather can slow you down, but Les Schwab Tires has the right tires to get you where you need to go safely. Home of the best tire value promise, Les Schwab Tires. 3 locations in the Basin, Washburn Way, South 6th Street, and in Merrill. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. First free throw good from McKay, and he'll get a second. There it is. High bounce off the back of the rim. It doesn't fall, and Harper with the rebound. Here's Hayes into the front court for Henley. Kicks it near side to Bennett. To Marcus at the free throw line. Finds Harper cutting to the rim. Outside to Janney. Kicks it over to Hayes. Far corner three. No good. Rebound collected by Jeff Spooner. He shoves it ahead to McKay. McKay on the left wing. Brings it around top of the key. Shoves it over to Bogatay. Bogatay moves right. Kicks it into the far corner to Hayes, who's checked into the game for KU. And Bogatay is going to travel. Feeling the contact from the Henley defender in too many steps.
Henley defense causing a lot of trouble, forcing the turnover, some bad passes, and some missed shots. I'm really impressed with Henley's offense. They're being patient. What I like about it is they're taking their time. They're not rushing the game, letting the game come to them, make a few passes, and they find the open shot.
Klamath Union pressing a little bit on defense, but that leaves a lane for Marcus down low. You overextend, the big man will punish you. 2 points for Marcus, we give him 4, 25-3. 4 minutes to go in the second. Hayes back to McKay. McKay trying to drive the right block. His pocket's picked by Aiden Hayes. Bennett with the rebound. Fakes the pass to Janney. Bennett up with the shot. He's fouled, earning free throws in the process.
Once these Hornets head toward the basket in the transition, they usually don't slow it down or turn it back. They pretty much go all the way to the rim, and it works for them. And Bennett's got a couple of free throws.
And while Bennett's at the line, a reminder, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Bennett 1 for 2 at the line, and Antonio Matheny, who is missing for most of the second quarter so far, gathers the rebound. Wata driving to the rim gets fouled. And so Grafton Wata, a couple of free throws coming up.
If you just joined us a little bit late here, KU couldn't muster a basket in the first 5 minutes. Took them until about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter just to get on the board. They've had a real tough shooting night. And I believe they have all their points from the line. Is that correct?
One made field goal from Antonio Matheny.
One field goal.
Lane Frank in for Aiden Hayes. A missed free throw attempt by Grafton Wata. He's earned a second. That one is no good either. McCready with the rebound. Passing it ahead to Bennett. Bothered by Matheny on his way up the floor. Bennett finds some room, gets rid of it to Janney. Janney trying to dump it down low to Marcus, but Klamath Union in the way. Trying to shove it ahead to Matheny, but Lane Frank takes it back. Here's Frank driving to the rim. A whistle And Frank is going to be whistled for the charge, coming in a bit too hot for the layup.
Yep. Good piece of defense there from KU. Doing the right thing. And drawing a charge.
I think there's a...
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're discussing now.
I think it was a wet spot on the floor, perhaps. I'm not sure. All right, but Grafton Wata inbounds it to Daquan McKay. And McKay walks it across half court for the Pels. Passing it over to Hayes. Hayes puts it on the deck, terminates the dribble, gets rid of it to McKay on the right side. McKay guarded by Frank to Matheny, top of the key. Matheny to McKay, zipping it over to Hayes. Hayes takes a screen, moving right, bouncing it to the rolling McKay. About 10-foot jumpers in for Daquan McKay.
Nice shot by Daquan.
26-5. Henley in front, 2:50 to go in the second quarter. McCready has it beyond the arc, gets rid of it to Bennett. Bennett down low to Marcus, driving to the rim, takes some contact from Jeff Spooner, and a whistle a little bit late, but McCready earned some free throws.
2:40 left here in the first half. You know, Saturday, Henley had a tough game. They played a really good team, suffered a pretty good-sized defeat, but, you know, sometimes those games are okay for you. You learn a lot, and you really want to see how your team bounces back. And we're seeing tonight Henley doing a really nice job recovering from their loss on Saturday.
And talking to Coach Hammond a little bit before the game, he said about Saturday, they haven't really thought about it since Saturday.
Right.
They just move on to KU, and so far they're looking good. Right now up 28-5 over Klamath Union. Matheny, a contested mid-range, no good. Cowbell City letting them hear it. Here's Frank in the near corner, lofting it high to Bennett, but Matheny takes it away. Matheny shoving it ahead to McKay, but Owen Harper takes away the pass. Out of bounds it goes, and the Pelicans, the Hornets will get possession.
Coach Hammond imploring his troops to calm it down a little bit.
Here's Bennett, bring it along the far side. Behind the back dribble, now with his left, hands it to Frank. Frank to Janney. Janney driving the left lane, underhand dish to McCready to the rim, and he is fouled by Spooner.
Really nice offense that time from Henley. Good cutting to the basket. Defense has to make a switch or two, and then you have a wide open Marcus under the hoop.
Those are the kinds of passes that we haven't seen too much from the Hornets this season, but that they made last year on their way to the state tournament. That interior passing has just been missing, but we're seeing it here tonight.
Yes, and they're improving in that way. They will make them better for sure.
Couple of missed free throws from McCready. Gives KU an opportunity in transition. It's Matheny with the turnaround J, and it falls. 28-7, a minute 57 to go in the second quarter. Here's Frank. Gets it top of the key to Janney. Now to Harper. Goes in off the right block. The shot too strong, and Hayes with the rebound. Here's McKay. Into the front court. McKay between his legs. Over to Hayes on the far side. Back to McKay, top of the key. Fakes a jumper. Now driving the right lane. Blocked by McCready. McKay with his own rebound. Now at the left elbow. Kicks it out to Matheny for three. Good.
Tough shot. KU starting to heat up a little bit from the field.
28-10. KU trying to make something happen, but a great find by Bennett. Gets Harper down low. Uncontested look for Owen and a bucket. 30-10. 1:10 to go in the second.
Good bullet pass there from way outside. Nicely done.
McKay walks it across half court for KU. Finds Matheny. Back to McKay. On the right side. Gets it to Matheny. Fakes a pass left, goes right with it. Now it finds its way to Wata on the far corner. To Matheny, and Matheny's going to get fouled trying to collect the pass. Charge the foul to Chris Janney. Oh, pardon me, they're going to call a foul against KU. Nope, okay. Bob Shambro's on the PA, confusing us over here in the broadcast, Bob, but that's okay.
That was on Chris, that's his second. And we're just under a minute here to play in the half.
Montag into the game for Janney. KU to inbound. 51 seconds to go in the half. They trail by 20. Here's Hayes getting it to McKay. McKay back to Hayes, top of the key. Back to McKay, now back to Hayes, zipping it to Matheny. Matheny fakes left, goes right, left elbow jumper for Matheny. No good. McCready with the rebound, shoving it ahead to Harper. Harper terminates the dribble, kicks it far side to Frank, into a triple for Lane Frank. Left short, Montag with the rebound. His shot blocked by Spooner. Saves it from going out of bounds. Harper now to McCready. McCready, a shot from 12 feet, rolls off the rim, doesn't go. Here's Hayes with 17 seconds. KU shoving it ahead to Watot, driving the far baseline. Gets it out near side to Matheny. He drives left baseline against Montag and McCready. His shot contested, no good. Spooner there for the putback. That misses as well. Battling for the rebound down low, and a foul going to be called against Spooner, I believe.
Yeah. Man, that was a rough possession. There were bodies everywhere. And Marcus ended up on the floor. But Henley will get possession under the basket. And that's Spooner's second foul.
Spooner fouled out against Mazama. Didn't have an opportunity to make an offensive impact in that game, collecting his second foul here. Luke Bennett with 3 seconds on the clock, shoves it to Montag, tries to get off a double pump triple, but won't go. We go to halftime, 30-10. Henley jumping all over Klamath Union here in this first half. We'll be back with halftime stats as we continue your coverage from Henley High School on 104.3 and 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
Thread. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
It's halftime inside the Hornets' nest, and so far it's been all Henley here at home. 30-10, the score at halftime over Klamath Union. Leading scorer for Henley has been Owen Harper with 10 points, 9 for Luke Bennett, 6 for Marcus McCready, 3 from Aiden Hayes, and 2 from Joe Janney. Get us to 30 for Henley. Meantime, for Klamath Union, 7 points for Antonio Matheny and 3 for Daquan McKay. Leads to their 10 points. Klamath Union has just had one heck of a time trying to get started tonight.
Yeah, you almost feel badly for them. They just could not get a hoop. It just took them a long time to get that first score, and they've only had 2 scorers outside of Matheny. I think only one player has 3 points, as you mentioned. Henley doing a good job spreading it out. They've got a lot of kids scoring the basketball tonight, and just kind of doing everything right. And Coach Hammond's got to be happy.
Yeah, Henley's offense has been able to operate much more comfortably tonight than it did back on Saturday. I think, one of the biggest things I'm noticing here in the scorebook is Luke Bennett with 9 points, a couple of made triples. He was left scoreless on Saturday, making a big contribution tonight.
Yeah, for just having 9 in one half. He's definitely shooting the ball very well tonight.
Going to take a break on the halftime show, and when we return, we'll take a look at the Skyline Conference and tell you what's next for these Hornets as we continue your coverage at halftime tonight. It's 30-10, Henley in front of Klamath Union on 104.3 and 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
Back with you, 104.3 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com. If you're watching our video stream tonight, there you see the Skyline Conference standings, and if you're listening, we'll read them off to you. Phoenix leads the way right now. They're 2-1. Henley, Hidden Valley, Klamath Union, each tied and 1-1 in conference play. Henley technically has the edge with the overall record of 9-7. Hidden Valley's 9-8, and these Pelicans are 6-9. The Mazama Vikings 1-2, 4-12 overall on the season. But don't count anybody out in this conference. They've all kind of beaten up on each other already. It's going to be fun coming down to the wire. We're seeing some good basketball around this league.
Yeah, we've seen that on any given night. You never know who will win. Henley plays again Friday night. They're going to Phoenix, so that will also be an important game.
Yeah, and, you know, for those Phoenix Pirates, they've kind of been building a little something over there. They've got a couple of decent shooters, some good big men for Phoenix. Henley's going to have a different challenge than they have tonight. I think that's another one of the fun things about this conference is, you know, you've got all these teams, all 5 of them, with different play styles between all of them. You get a different look every night. Yeah, good point. The teams are all pretty even talent-wise for the most part, but you're right. They have different skills and different talent levels. Phoenix has kind of risen to the top. I think they're the highest rated group. Right, number 9 in the state. Yeah, so they're kind of the team everybody's shooting for, but like you said, anybody can get to the top. You just got to play well when it counts. After Phoenix for Henley, it's a home game on Tuesday the 6th against Hidden Valley. They'll play Mazama at Valhalla Court. Then they'll visit Klamath Union on February 16th before closing out the year at home against Phoenix. That's the outlook for the rest of the year for Henley. Meantime, for Klamath Union, after tonight, they hit the road on Friday, taking on Hidden Valley at the Evergreen Federal Bank Sports Complex. Before returning home, they'll play Phoenix on February 9th, having a bit of a week layoff there. They'll play Mazama on the Vikings senior night for the second edition of the Canal Bowl on February 13th. You'll be able to watch coverage of that one on mybasin.com. Then the Pelicans host these Hornets in the second to last game of the season. That's February 16th. And then they'll host Hidden Valley to wrap up league play on February 20th. And, you know, we're into league play now. Still a lot of ways to go, but if you're just curious how the playoffs break down, the top seeds from each conference automatically get a playoff bid. There's 6 conferences in the state of Oregon, so you get 6 automatic bids, plus 2 at-large bids based off of who is ranked highest out of the second-place teams from each conference. There you have 8 automatic bids to the 16-team tournament. Everybody else has to play in, and that's what you hope to avoid. Yeah, and I think as far as this conference is concerned, I'm not sure if they'll get that 7 or 8 spot. So they will have to play their way in. So I think from a coach's perspective, they're looking, you just want to get better. You just want to take a piece of your game and improve it every night. And by the time you get to the end, you can take that play-in game, win a few, and you find yourself Forest Grove. 30-10 right now here at halftime. Hornets in front of the Pelicans in the Skyline Conference matchup. We're going to take one last break here on the halftime show. When we come back, we should be ready for third quarter action tonight on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses. all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Introducing Smith Bates Marcom Solutions, your trusted partner in marketing and communication. We specialize in crafting compelling campaigns, eye-catching graphics, and impactful branding materials.
Smith Bates is like working with dependable friends. They always help us build our professional image.
Through the innovative strategies the team at Smith Bates suggested, we've been able to give the brand at Calor the boost that it desperately needed.
Unlock your potential with Smith Bates Marcom Solutions.
Starting the second half for Henley, number 10,
Well, we're just about ready for third quarter action tonight from Henley High School inside the Hornets' Nest. Cowbell City in all white tonight. The Pelicans here visiting in large numbers as well, but so far it's been the Pelicans fans who've been left with not a whole lot to cheer about. 30-10 right now, and the Hornets in front as we start the third quarter.
Yeah, you're down 20. You're probably going to want to pick the pace up a little bit, maybe try to hit some threes, work your way back into it. If you're Henley, you just want to keep the fundamentals sound. Don't turn the ball over, keep rebounding, and do what you did in the first half.
5 on the floor for Henley. Hayes, Janney, Harper, McCready, and Bennett. For KU, it's Hayes, Wata, McKay, Lassett Hankins, and Spooner. Here come the Pels at the free throw line. It's Lassett Hankins kicking it out to McKay on the left side to Lassett Hankins. Pump fakes a three, driving inside, underhand dish to Spooner, close to the cup and converts. Klamath Union strikes first here in the third. Hornets come the other way. Quick bucket for Owen Harper in transition. He's leading the Hornets in scoring. 12 points already for him, 32-12. And Klamath Union trailing Henley. Quick shot from Grafton. Wata won't fall. Spooner goes back up with the shot, left short. And here's Hayes into the front court for Henley along the far side. Bouncing it to Harper in the corner. Three for Owen off the side of the backboard. Won't go, and the rebound collected by Lassett Hankins. Here's Lassett Hankins, top of the key, dribbling right. Now dishes it outside to McKay for three. Back iron, no good. Ball out of bounds. Possession stays with the Pels. And I think the officials are discussing this. McCready said he didn't touch it at all, and so.
Yeah. It'll go Henley's way.
Pete Whistler correcting the call there, joined by his fellow officials, Robbie Sasania and Craig Connor tonight, officiating crew at Henley High School. Here's Hayes. Hands it off to Bennett, top of the key, underhand dish to Harper, bring it along the near side. Harper, Hayes now cutting to the rim, right-handed layup, left a little bit short. Here come the Pelicans. All right, here's McKay, driving the right side, a whistle. They're gonna say, I believe it was, let's see, Janney.
Yeah, that was Chris Janney. He played pretty good defense on that, really. Just kind of caught backpedaling a little bit. That's his third foul.
A non-shooting foul, so KU will inbound. Ball finds its way to McKay, now to Wata on the near corner, driving inside, out to McKay, to Hankins for a long three, no good. Wata with the rebound, driving the right side, fall away mid-range shot, no good, and McCready with the rebound, shoves it ahead to Bennett, all alone in transition. Luke Bennett with the layup, no good, just hung on the rim and didn't drop. Now here come the Pels. Hayes into the front court for Klamath Union, gets it to McKay on the right side, top of the key to Lassett Hankins. Dribbling right, takes a screen, underhand dish to McKay, into a triple, that one's in.
It's a good look for the Pelicans there. They hit that three.
Here's Hayes, top of the key for Henley. Getting it over to Janney. Janney puts it on the deck, gets it top of the key to Bennett, near side to Harper. Harper brings it around, gets it to Hayes. Hayes loses the ball for a moment, guarded by McKay. Bouncing it to Harper on the right elbow. Harper over to McCready on the left side, now to Janney. Janney driving left baseline, kicks it outside to Bennett. Bennett, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now to Harper, driving to the rim, off the glass. It's in with 1 second to go on the shot clock.
Henley showing good patience and ball movement. Used the whole shot clock. Got an easy bucket.
Here's Hayes with it on the far side for KU. Now McKay, top of the key. Over to Hayes. Back to McKay. McKay lofting it to Wata. Loses the ball for a moment, but recollects. Now near side to Lassett Hankins. Hankins moving left, terminates the dribble. High above his head, bouncing it to Wata. Can't corral the pass. Out of bounds it goes, and Henley takes over.
Henley's defense is just stingy. And that time, they didn't do anything special. You just play stingy all the time, and sometimes you force an error. And that's what happened right there.
Garrod checks in for Klamath Union. Here's Hayes crossing the timeline. Bouncing it to Harper on the right elbow. Finds Janney on the left wing. Now to Bennett in the near corner. Down low to McCready. Bank shot rolls in for Marcus.
Yeah, Henley is really winning the position game. They're getting the ball pretty much wherever they want on the offensive side.
Here's McKay, top of the key. Right now 36-15, and Henley leads Klamath Union. 4:20 to go in the third. There's McKay. Has his shot bothered by McCready. Spooner there for the putback.
Good finish that time by Spooner.
36-17, Henley in front of Klamath Union. Here's Hayes taking a McCready screen, going right. Gets it to Harper, zips it to Janney, trying to get it down low to Marcus, but Spooner that time with the outstretched hand knocking it out of bounds. Ball stays with Henley, but decent defense there by Spooner.
Yeah, Spooner did a nice job of getting in front of McCready that time, denying that pass. That's what you want to try to do if you can.
Inbound pass lofted high to McCready, now over to Janney. Finds Marcus cutting to the rim, fields a double team, but Marcus going to travel. And I think he was looking for Hayes in the corner, but just couldn't find him, taking too many steps.
KU playing pretty good defense last couple trips. And they'll try to cut into that lead right now.
All right, here's Daquan McKay, bringing it along the far side. Taking direction from Coach Case. And passing it to Lassett Hankins. Now back to McKay. Bouncing it over into the corner. A three from Kaufman is no good. Spooner gets fouled on the putback attempt.
Marcus had the cap there, but he got a little bit of the body. And he'll get called for the foul.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty. What were you going to say there?
There was some confusion on the foul. It was not on Marcus. It was on Bennett. They're still trying to work it out, but I believe it was on Luke. And
okay.
That's his first. I'm easily confused, Josh. That happens.
That's all right. Happens to the best of us. Spooner's free throw no good. Shooting into the sea of white. It is whiteout night tonight here at Henley High School. Got some white bandanas, some backwards caps. Cowbell City looking good.
They've had a lot to cheer about tonight. Henley team's having a good night.
And the girls took advantage of a cold shooting night from Klamath Union as well. Picking up a big win in the Skyline Conference. Looks like still some confusion, and now they're getting the principal here at Henley High School involved. Mr. Jesse Hamilton talking with Craig Connor and Robbie Cesania, not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think the crowd's unruly or anything like that.
Well, Spooner missed the first free throw. The second one is good. And the Pelicans softly pressing Hayes on his way up to the floor. Takes a screen going left at the free throw line, outside to Marcus. Gets it to Joe Janney, who's into the game. Dribbling left, kicks it outside to Harper. Finds McCready. McCready loses the handle on it for a moment, diving to pick up the loose ball, gets it to Joe Janney. Another loose ball picked away by Klamath Union. McKay into the front court to Garrod, and he's good for the open court layup.
KU's defense has improved quite a bit here in this quarter. They're denying the passes, not Henley pass it wherever they want quite as often as they did earlier in the game.
And a foul in the open floor. That whistle going against Daquan McKay.
The KU's noticeably picked up their defense here.
Harper to inbound, finds Marcus. Marcus dribbling to the rim. You can't stop him. He scores. And a whistle. It's a timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll take it with them. 38-20, 2:47 to go in the third quarter. The Hornets in front of the Pelicans tonight on mybasin.com and 1150 92.9 KAGO.
30-second timeout.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back on mybasin.com and 104.3 and 960 Sports. This is not the only Skyline Conference game going on tonight. It looks like Hidden Valley right now leading Mazama 30-27 over at Valhalla Court here inside the Hornets' nest. 38-20, Henley in front of Klamath Union. There's Lassett Hankins trying to get rid of it over to Tilden Kaufman. Kaufman zipping it near side to Garrod for a triple. Good for Garrod.
KU fighting back a little bit. Good defense always will start that. The shooting will follow.
Bennett turnaround jumper. He was fouled from behind. So Bennett earning a couple free throws.
Sometimes you want to set goals if you can, kind of little mini goals in the game. I'm sure Coach Case maybe wants to try to get the lead. If you get the lead to 10 by the end of the quarter, feel like he has more of a handle, maybe a chance to get back in the game at the end. So they've cut the lead from 20 to 15.
Make it 16 after a Bennett made free throw. But yeah, an important benchmark for KU. Henley's playing good defense. Doesn't mean KU can't score the bucket at a high clip. Right now 40-23 after a couple made free throws from Bennett. Pass in the near corner to Garrod. Now to McKay. McKay finding Kaufman, top of the key, back to McKay. McKay at about half court, dribbling against Aiden Hayes, driving right. Driving all the way to the rim, his shot too strong, and McCready with the rebound. Marcus shoves it ahead to Bennett, stepping to the rim, and an offensive foul called against Luke Bennett.
KU just playing with more confidence in general here the last few minutes. Credit to them for not giving up. They were down by quite a bit, but they're hanging in there.
All right, here comes McKay on the left side. Passing it over to Kaufman in the far corner. Top of the key to Lassett Hankins. Loses the pass for a moment, but he recollects. Hankins at half court, puts it on the deck. A screen moving left into a triple for Lassett Hankins. He's fouled on the triple, and 3 free throws coming up for Malcolm Lassett Hankins. It's his first opportunity at the line. He's scoreless so far tonight. He had 5 against Mazama back at on Thursday.
Marcus McCready picks up the foul there. You never really like to foul a three-point shooter, but that's the case here.
First free throw good. Last win for Klamath Union over Henley was on this floor in 2021. On June 17th, Klamath Union swept Henley that season. And that was one of the 2 years where Klamath Union had a legitimate shot as one of the best teams in the state, but COVID kind of wiped out both of Klamath Union's best seasons in 2020 and 2021. Now the Pelicans back towards the middle of the pack and competing in the Skyline Conference. A turnover for the Hornets. The score 40-25. Here's Spooner. Spooner shoves one off the glass. Montag hassled for the rebound, but wins the battle underneath. Here comes Luke Bennett. Bennett driving to the rim and a whistle. They're going to call a foul. This one is not on Bennett. Malcolm Lassett-Hankins picking up the whistle. It's a non-shooting foul, it looks like. But that is the third Pelicans team foul. Here's Hayes to inbound. Bouncing it down low to Montag. Quick layup, no good. And McKay trying to beat the Henley defense back to the rim, and whistle is going to go against Joe Janney before the shot.
Yeah, I think that'll put them at the line. That's the fifth foul here in the quarter against the Hornets.
Well, free throws certainly one way back into the game, and Klamath Union might have a couple opportunities here in this third.
Yeah, they're doing what they can. They're playing really good defense, and they're pushing the ball. They know time is not their friend, so they need to score in a hurry. With the clock stopped here, they'll get 2 free throws.
That one rattles in and out, then back in for McKay. Give him 7 points so far today. That leads his team. McCready out, Harper in for Henley. 2 made free throws from McKay. Make this a 13-point ball game. 40-27. 1 minute remaining in the third. Here's Hayes driving the right lane. Bank shot rolls in for Aiden Hayes.
Off the glass. Good shot.
Here's McKay. Thought about a triple. Gets it to Lassett-Hankins. Back to McKay. Zips it over to Kaufman. Down low to Spooner. Has it picked away. Loose ball. Battled for down low in the paint. And a whistle. I think Coach Case called time before it could get taken away by Henley. So we're going to stick with you through this break. 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. The score 42-27. And a big possession coming up for Klamath Union. Quick timing there by Coach Case to get that timeout off.
Yeah, that was another one of those possessions where there were a lot of bodies on the floor. KU had the ball for a split second. Coach Case noticed it and called the timeout. I'm noticing on the sideline, Matheny, he may be banged up a little bit. He hasn't been in the game. I'm not sure if he's injured, but Pelicans could really use him in the lineup for sure.
He scored 17 against Mazama, was their leading scorer in a 59-57 overtime loss. The Pelicans are losers of 3 of their last 4, but Henley has dropped 3 of their last 5, so a couple of teams looking to right the ship tonight. So far, the Hornets have done what they need to. They're up by 15 right now. Coach Case in his 6th year over at Klamath Union. Since he took over the program in 2018, the Pelicans are 63-62. And through those couple of years I mentioned where Klamath Union was a potential contender, 29-15 over 2 seasons. Again, COVID made 2021 a short year, but made it all the way to the playoffs in that season and have kind of slacked back to the middle of the pack. And a turnover off the inbound for Klamath Union. Here's Aiden Hayes. Over to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett getting it to Harper. Harper puts it on the deck, bouncing it to Hayes at the free throw line, over to Harper. Now Bennett on the left wing. Bennett to Hayes. Hayes getting it back to Bennett on the left wing, guarded by McKay, brings it around top of the key, gets it to Hayes. Hayes in the far corner to Janney, trying to drive baseline, just steps out of bounds.
More good defense. KU really showing that they can step it up when they need to, but they still trail by 15.
5 seconds. Gonna need a quick shot. Hankins trying to get a shot off at the buzzer. No good. 42-27 the score after 3. The Hornets look to close it out next as we continue your coverage from Henley High School on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
Fourth quarter action beginning here at Henley High School as the Hornets in front of the Klamath Union Pelicans. 42-27 in the Skyline Conference matchup. Josh Eldredge along with you. Kevin Petrick by my side, and the Hornets start with the basketball. Here's Harper getting it to Bennett, dumping it down low to McCready, going to work against Spooner. The tough body to keep out of the paint. McCready converts close to the cup.
Nice work at the quarter. Coach Hammond got just what he wanted. Easy inside hoop.
44-27. McKay getting it in the near core, the far corner to Bogate. Loose ball picked up by the Pels. Now it's McKay well beyond the arc on the left side. McKay holding it high above his head, looking for a screen from Spooner. Takes it going right into a triple. Rims out, no good, and Bennett with the rebound. Klamath Union going to have to try to rely on the triple, perhaps, to get back into this game. Bennett fires in a fastball to McCready, but he can't rein it in. Turnover, and the Pelicans take over.
That was a fastball. that thing was humming through there.
44-27. And here's McKay against Hayes. Takes a screen. Terminates the dribble. Gets rid of it to Garrod. Now back to McKay. McKay near side to Bogate. Bogate screen left against Joe Janney. Finding McKay. Cutting to the rim. And he's fouled on the shot. And so McKay heading to the line. I believe they're going to call this one against Marcus. Nope, it's against Bennett.
That was a good pass from Bogate. He had to split two defenders to find his man. Cutting to the hoop. And they've earned a couple of free throws.
Daquan McKay at the line. So far today, he is 3 of 6 at the penalty stripe. That free throw rattles home. And out goes Luke Bennett with 3 fouls. In comes Chris Janney. Second free throw is good for Daquan. 44-29, 6:50 to go in the fourth. Henley in front of Klamath Union. Here's Hayes. Takes a screen left, gets rid of it to Harper. Harper moving right. Now gets it to Janney in the far corner. Janney trying to drive inside the paint, finds a lane. The layup no good. Marcus there for one putback, won't go. Second one won't go either for Marcus, and an empty possession for the Hornets. McKay putting on the gas. Behind the back pass to Garrod. Thought about a triple. One step inside the perimeter, won't go. McCready shoves it ahead to Hayes. Hayes finds Harper alone in transition. The layup is good.
Hornets really filling the lanes just the way you want to do it for the easy fast break layup.
Here's Lassett Hankins on the right side. 46-29, 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Hankins in the near corner, trying to drive baseline, gets it out to Wata for a triple. No good, and Janney collects the rebound. Chris Janney shoves it ahead to Joe Janney. Janney dribbling left, kicks it back out to Chris. And now Chris Janney operating top of the key over to Owen Harper. Now Aiden Hayes at half court. And the offense looking to reset with 20 on the shot clock. Hayes now to Harper, top of the key, kicks it to Joe. Trying to get it down low to Marcus, but Wata breaking up the passing lane. And the Henley offense will inbound with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hayes checking in for Klamath Union. And Bennett in for Joe Janney for the Hornets. Aiden Hayes lofting it high to Bennett. And a whistle. And I think Owen Harper might have taken some contact off the inbound.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. I saw he was on the floor at that right elbow there. Montag will come in and take his place.
Coach Hammond getting the call out to his squad. Inbound pass goes to McCready. Now top of the key to Bennett. Hayes off a screen, backs up to half court. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Hayes moving left, terminates the dribble, over to Montag, whips it to Janney. 5 on the shot clock now. Out of bounds it goes. And Coach Hammond tasked with fielding the out of bounds ball.
Henley will have to hurry here. There's just 3 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get a shot off, but they won't be able to take too much time.
Yeah, can't be too picky.
Yep.
Bennett to inbound. Lofting it to Hayes, tried to go for the alley-oop. A creative idea. It goes out of bounds, last touched by the Pels, so now Henley with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
That took 1 second, and they'll try it again.
I believe Jeff Spooner going to check in. Out goes Malcolm Lassett-Hankins.
Probably a good idea. You think Henley might try a lob here, but they put their biggest player in the court.
Finds Montag cutting to the rim. The layup is good. And he got a foul. Bryson Montag gets the Hornets bench fired up.
Boy, they played that just right. Kind of spread everybody out and then sent Montag right through the key. Only took 1 second. Got the hoop and the foul.
Bryson's free throw offline. Wata with the rebound, shoves it ahead to Bogatay. Bogatay along the near side. Gets rid of it to McKay. Back to Bogatay. Fakes right. Goes left. Terminates the dribble. Now back to McKay. Guarded by Bennett. Bennett picks his pocket, but McKay recollects. Pass now over to Hayes, top of the key. Back to Bogatay. Bogatay bouncing it over to Wata, but it's taken away by Bryson Montag. One-on-one in transition against Bogatay. Up with the shot, but a whistle. And I believe they're going to call offensive foul against Bryson Montag, a charge there.
Unfortunate there for Bryson. Nice job defensively. Henley showing us their defense once again. Really playing well tonight.
All right, here's Bogatay kicking it into Vanerath, who's checked into the game for Klamath Union. Back to Bogatay, now McKay. McKay well beyond the arc, gets it off to Vanerath. Now to McKay again. Long triple for McKay. Wide right, out of bounds, and the Hornets take over.
Henley's done a nice job. KU made a little run, but Henley went back to doing what they do best, and they've stretched that lead back out to 19.
Here's Bennett at the free throw line, spinning around, kicks it over to Hayes. Hayes well beyond the arc, dribbling left, McCready screen, back to Montag, top of the key, over to Bennett. Bennett finds Janney at the free throw line, zips it near corner to Hayes, left alone for a triple. Aiden Hayes can't get it. Bennett now with the rebound, driving to the rim, spins around, off the glass. Bennett no good. McCready with the rebound, and he's fouled, trying to go back up. And Jeff Spooner getting a little bit involved with the rest of the Hornets. He got into a little bit of trouble against Mazama as well.
Yeah, they've been battling down there.
And McCready at the line. McCready 2 of 4 at the penalty stripe so far today.
McCready really good. He doesn't hesitate when he gets that ball down low. He goes straight up. He goes up strong.
He's been great to watch develop as a player.
Yeah.
You know, when he came onto this varsity squad as a sophomore, that wasn't a characteristic you thought of McCready. You thought maybe, he got good positioning, wasn't as aggressive as you would have liked. Now in his senior year, he's one of the best scorers in the state.
Absolutely.
50-29, 4 minutes to go in the fourth, and Henley in front of Klamath Union. It's Bogatay with it on the right side, getting it to Vanerath. Back to Bogatay, zips it over to McKay. McKay down low to Spooner, trying to go to work against Marcus. Misses the first, trying to go back up for a second one, can't get it, and a whistle. This one's going to go against Aiden Hayes, and it was a shooting foul, so McKay to the free throw line.
That was another one of those messy possessions. A lot of rough stuff going on down low. Hayes called for the foul. That's his third.
Daquan McKay's been perfect from the free throw line this half. He's knocked down all 5 of his opportunities. Here's his 6th. That's good. 50-31, and Henley leads Klamath Union. Hayes zipping it ahead to Janney. Janney over to Hayes. Top of the key, terminates the dribble, gets it to Montag on the right side. He's going to hand it to Bennett. Bennett between his legs, losing Vanerath, driving to the rim. Difficult shot, and he's fouled. No bucket, but he's heading to the line.
Well done. He was going to get an easy basket there. They pretty much had to foul him to stop him from getting the easy 2. And some more free throws.
Bennett 9 points in the first half, just 2 on a couple of made free throws in this half. Make it 3 after that make. But it's been other Hornets stepping up in this second half. I mean, Owen Harper has continued production. He has 16 points so far. And Marcus McCready has added 6 points of his own in this half. Second free throw from Bennett falls. Lane Frank goes in, McCready comes out. Might be the last we see of Marcus today.
Good game for Marcus. Henley with a big lead, just over 3 minutes to play.
52-31, 3:15 to go in the fourth. There's McKay with it on the far side. Takes a screen, gets rid of it to Spooner on the right block. Tries to get rid of it to McKay. Loose ball out of bounds, and it's Hornets basketball.
The Hornets haven't let up on defense. They have a big lead, and it's late, but they're still playing tough.
Bennett left alone for a triple. Won't fall. Rebound wrestled for by McKay. McKay over to Bogatay. Bouncing it over to Vanerath in the corner. Back to Bogatay. High above his head, trying to find Spooner down low. Pass blocked away, but finds its way back to Vanerath. Now to McKay. McKay driving right. Goes up with the shot. The shot no good. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by the Hornets. And so Klamath Union stays with possession. We've got a couple of subs coming in for Henley. Peyton Lichtner in the game. And don't quite see who number 40 is on the roster. Shot from KU on the other side, and a make for Bryce Peterson.
That was a high archer. He had some nice touch on that. Dropped it through. Seeing a whole lot of new faces in now for both teams.
Made free throw from Peterson as well, makes it 52-34. 2.5 to go in the fourth. Here's Frank. Long three from Lane Frank, no good. Joe Janney with the rebound. Tried to get rid of it to Frank, gets it to Lichtner down low. Lichtner, his shot blocked by Spooner. Rebound collected by KU. 53-34, 2:06 to go in the fourth. Klamath Union's McKay into a triple, it's good. McKay has a nice stroke.
Yeah.
Second made triple of the half for Daquan McKay. Lane Frank, a mid-range jumper offline. Rebound battled for by Peyton Lichtner and one. But it's ripped away by Spooner. Lofting it ahead to Vanerath. Vanerath over to Peterson for three, no good. Joe Janney saves it from going out of bounds. And Joe will walk it across the court. Quarterback for the state championship football team for Henley dishes it over to number 40 for the Hornets. Now to Frank, driving in a lane. His shot no good. Peterson wins the rebound battle down low. Peterson into the front court, walking in front of the KU bench. Guarded by Frank, gets rid of it to Vanerath. Into a triple, no good. Spooner with the putback for KU.
Into the final minute here. A nice win for the Hornets tonight. Just what they ordered.
And a whistle. And just got word number 40 for Henley is Finn Charlton. And so thank you for the help. Mysterious phone number on Kevin's phone. Appreciate it.
That's Scott. My friend Scott comes through with some stats sometimes.
Shout out to Scott.
Appreciate him. The team effort.
All right, there's Charlton for three, just in time for us to call his name in a triple for Finn Charlton. Score 55-39, 36 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Peterson trying to dribble baseline, loses it out of bounds. And the Hornets can begin the celebration. Shot clock is off, and they're up big. Well, Lassett Hankins tries to save it from going out of bounds. Won't be able to do it. And score update from Mazama as Hidden Valley leads 49-42. A few minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. That another Skyline Conference game. Quick inbound pass taken and scored by Lassett Hankins. Game not over for KU, even trailing by 14. Pass to Charlton into the front court. Will they foul him? They get it to Lickner. Lickner up with the shot in. Pass into the front court. Garrod for three. That's no good. Lickner with the rebound. 7 seconds to go in the game. Loose ball picked up by Peterson. 4 seconds. Peterson driving inside. His shot at the buzzer. Offline, and the Henley Hornets defend home court and take this one 57-41 from the Klamath Union Pelicans. We'll be back to recap this one for you and send you on your way as you've been watching Henley basketball tonight on 104.3 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Back with you from Henley High School. Our final score tonight, the Henley Hornets taking care of business against Klamath Union, 57-41. The Hornets leading scorer tonight, Owen Harper with 16 points, 13 from Luke Bennett, 12 from Marcus McCready, 5 from Aiden Hayes, and 2 from each Joe Janney, Bryson Montag, and Peyton Lickner. For Klamath Union, 15 tonight from Daquan McKay. They also got 7 points from Jeff Spooner and Antonio Matheny. 2 points from, 5 from Dashel Garrod, 2 from Malcolm Lassett Hankins and Bryce Peterson. Your scorers tonight for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Henley did exactly what they wanted to tonight, defend home floor, and they come away with a big-time win.
Yeah, you know, there's a reason coaches say they want to come out and have a good start, because when you get a 20-3 jump on the game, it makes things a lot easier for you, and that's what happened tonight. Henley just came out, just couldn't do anything wrong. Played great on defense, forced a lot of turnovers, really good in the transition, a lot of easy baskets. Meantime, KU just struggled offensively. KU got that going a little bit better in the second half, but the lead was just too much for Henley, and Henley came away with an easy win.
Want to highlight a couple of players. Luke Bennett, 13 points. 16 points from Owen Harper, taking a little bit of the scoring load off of Marcus McCready, who is averaging almost 24 points per game this season. His teammates stepping up in what, well, I guess if you could call 12 points a quiet night for Marcus, but his teammates really stepping up and playing some big ball tonight.
Yeah, you always like to see that. Really even scoring for the most part across Henley. A lot of kids got in and scored tonight. A lot of folks got their name in the scorebook. So, yeah, it was a good offensive night for Henley all around.
57-41 the final. We're going to take one more break here on the post-game report. When we come back, we'll tell you what's next on 104.3 and 960 Sports and mybasin.com.
Not corporate. Klamath Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Klamath Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Klamath Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. They're your friends, they're your neighbors, they're glad to know you, and they want you to be glad to know them too. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
We're back on 104.3 960 Sports and mybasin.com. Final score tonight from Henley High School, 57-41. Take a look now at the Skyline Conference standings. Not necessarily updated yet if you're watching on mybasin.com, but we'll give you a kind of an idea of what it looks like right now. Phoenix and Henley tied at the top of the league, each 2-1, although Phoenix has the overall record edge, 13-4 overall. Henley improves to 10-7 after a win tonight. Hidden Valley right now, I believe, leading Mazama still over at Valhalla Court, but right now they stand at 1-1, and Klamath Union and Mazama each at 1-2 at the bottom of the conference. Tonight, kind of coming into this game, we felt like it could be anyone's conference. Still kind of do. This game was maybe anticipated to be a bit closer, but I think you hit the nail on the head a little bit earlier, Kev, that Klamath Union just came out a little bit too slow to start this game, and in a game like this, just can't afford to let that happen. Henley comes away with the win. They're 2-1.
Yeah, good win tonight for Henley. And, whenever you play your crosstown rival, it's a league game. The game really wasn't that close at the end, but the students stormed the floor. We just saw them storm the floor. It's still important, and it's really cool to see that here locally with Mazama, KU, and Henley. Every game's big at every venue, so we've got a lot more basketball to come up. And a win Friday night would go a long way to get Henley at the top of the heap here. So I'm looking forward to that game Friday night.
Yeah, the Hornets turn their attention to Phoenix, the top team in the Skyline Conference, ranked number 8th right now. If you take just a quick look at Phoenix and what their schedule has been like, they played last on Friday the 26th. They've got a full week layoff. They've been waiting for the Hornets over there at Phoenix High School. We'll have coverage for you on mybasin.com on Friday night. Meantime, for the Klamath Union Pelicans, they are back on the road on Friday, taking on the Hidden Valley Mustangs. You can grab the details about each of these teams' schedules at osaa.org. Final score tonight, 57-41. Henley beating Klamath Union at home. And I want to thank a few folks to make tonight's broadcast possible. Both head coaches tonight, Mr. Ed Case of Klamath Union, all of his assistants, and head coach Luke Hammond at Henley, as well as the principal here, Jesse Hamilton. Luke Hammond, often head coaching here, so doesn't get to quite set us up at the broadcast, but Jesse Hamilton doing some work here at the principal at Henley High School as well. Of course, you can watch a replay of this game on mybasin.com. You can watch all of Henley basketball on mybasin.com this season. It's your home for everything going on in the Basin, news, sports, special events, everything you can think of at mybasin.com. Once again for you, the final score tonight, Henley 57, Klamath Union 41. For my broadcast partner tonight, Kevin Petrick, I'm Josh Eldredge saying good night from the Hornets' Nest.